Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I wanted to show a couple of crafty things. I finished the mushroom wonky house. It took me a little bit as I re-pieced some things in different ways. So I'm super pleased and I love it. Um, I also picked my knitting pattern that I'll be doing next. This will be the garment one. It is completely, um, well, it's still a garment, but it's not one of the ones that I mentioned in the last video because, as I mentioned in other videos too, that when I start a project, I don't know which project I go for until I am about to cast on, because I could talk about a bunch of different patterns while I'm knitting on something, and I wasn't knitting on anything in the last video. I finished the hat, but um, now it is time for me to do another project, and um, I really wanted to use the Ukrainian yarn because it's been really breathable in this type of climate. I'm in the desert area, and this yarn is just really breathable. Um, so I'll show that, and I might do some crafting here. When I start my knitting project, I um it'll just be me putting the stitches on the needle, so it's going to be just putting over 200 stitches on the needle, and I don't know if you would want to watch that. So I mean, I do what I enjoy doing on my videos too, but I also feel like that would be something like, what? Why would I do that? Um, so I'll show the wonky house. I might make it the picture too, because I'm just so proud of it. I wrote a list of other houses for me to do, and the list just keeps growing. So I'll talk about that in the video. Um, I went to Barnes& and Noble too, because I wanted to see the quilting books. I do want to get a library card. I might try to do it in the technically it is the morning. It's past midnight. But my parents usually use the car in the morning if they do go out, and the library might not be open super late, so I'll see. Because let me check. I don't usually leave the house until later because that's when um oh, they're open pretty late. They're actually up until 6. So that's kind of nice. Wow, and some days they're open until 9. This is the library? Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a library open that late before. So that could be a thing. I still haven't received my driver's license, and I thought that was strange. Um, and I know I put the right address because, like, the voter's registration that you do at the DMV also, well, it came in. I didn't mean to say also because the DMV didn't send, or whoever sends my license didn't send it yet. I just have my paper still, but I'll show what I have. So this is the mushroom wonky house. I just think it's so fun, and at this point, like, well, at this rate, when I'm thinking about all these houses, because I was going for like the fairy village, but now I feel like it's going to be like the fairy world because of the different types of houses that I want to do. So it took a while to do this, and I also wanted to get like a quilter's book, and the library would be fine to like read up on it, and I'm sure they have them. I also wanted to see if they have any knitting books too. Um, so, because I feel like I'll have like long term, a long term knit, which would be the garment, and then I'll have like the smaller ones, like a hat or something. But with the back to the quilting, so I wanted to see other ways to piece things because I'm still figuring out the ways to piece things. I got this area. I was pretty familiar with that. I cut out a hole or a doorway here, and I just added some green there. At first I tried the black one, but I swatched, or I put the green behind it, and I love the green. And this came from like a plaid fabric that um, I had a smaller quantity of. I was trying to make a skirt with it, but I just didn't have enough fabric, and I was trying to like make it into what I wanted it to be, but the fabric was like less than what I expected for the pattern, or the I saw the fabric. Um, I was hoping I would have enough for the pattern, and then I saw the pattern, and then it was barely doing the size. So I'm giving it some time, but if I really wanted to, maybe I might use it more for the quilting, because I find with the quilting it kind of like um satisfies something where I like to draw and paint, and that kind of has it is part of the reason why I love color work, because it is kind of like painting, and I do enjoy making the garments. I feel like it's fun, but when I'm making these creations, I just have such a blast with the quilting. I was also watching Pink Hut Sew again. I feel like I watch most of her videos anyway, and she had this video on making like the triangles. So you could have these squares, and then it's triangle on each side or put together, and you could do like these cool patterns with it. I also wanted to make some quilted stars for this. I did end up using a lot of the blue, and I did like kind of um, put away a lot of the, I don't know, I said put away. I like cut a lot of it, and I tried piecing it another way before I did it like this, and it was just um I felt like it was harder than what it needed to be, so I undid it, put them in the scrap box, the Converse scrap box, and um, I took, I detached the head of the mushroom and I put another fabric on top of the same fabric, the red, and then I put it inside out so that at least I wouldn't have to, well, I wanted to not show the edges of the mushroom. And um, I hand stitched through the back because I didn't want the stitches to show up on the front. And I have top stitching thread, that's the Gutermann one, but I don't have the needle for that, which was fine because I didn't want it to show anyway. So I hand stitched it and it looks like it's, um, I had to see, but it, from what I saw when it was undoing itself, when I tried to get it through the needle, it looked like a 3-ply, and it was just not gonna go through the eye. So I just used it and stitched it by hand. My mom, I think she has quilting thread, but I didn't see which ones. I didn't go out of my way to see the other colors maybe that she could have had because I already had red anyway. So um, I kept the dots the same where they're stitched and they're visible. I could have done the same thing where I put it inside out and then you wouldn't see the, you know, like if there's fraying, but I don't mind it that much. And I think by doing it like the way that I did, in a way, it kind of is more reinforcing for this quilt block because the top stitching thread is pretty sturdy. And then another one of the plaid. And I originally had it curved more, but I was honestly just happy that it went on because I actually stitched a couple or pieced a couple of the blue ones together, and I'm happy that it like really came out exactly how I wanted it in that area. Hand stitch this again, but I did do the folded, or I put another layer of the red and then I put it inside out, or it was inside out and then the right side was on the right side at the end. Then just piecing the background made it a lot easier, and I did extend it a little more here, but it was a lot easier to piece them together once I did some hand stitching too. And I didn't mind doing some of the hand stitching. Um, this is a little wider than the Hutzel house because of the chimney. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video. The chimney is that bit sticking out. Wait, I don't know if you can see it. Well, so at the bottom you'll see that it's a little wider. I don't mind, and there'll be different parts of the world. The I love how this looks like soil, and it does look like stuff growing out of the soil, and I just love that fairy door. I was thinking about putting a window, but I kind of put some fabrics there, and I felt like this was nice, or this is nice. And another idea that, like, I didn't have the fabric for, but I was thinking about it. I saw this fabric that had like a mouse on it, and when I originally thought of it about it, I was like, Um, I don't know. Because I was thinking about just like um a regular house, and then I'm like, I don't really need to get a mouse. But now I'm like, if I do more of the foresty ones, the foresty houses, then that would be kind of fun because you could put like the mouse at the door. I I have I feel like I could do maybe one more block of that has the blue background, but I'll use what I have. I mean, I feel like it's good timing though, because I think this weekend I could start the boathouse, like the wonky boathouse. And oh, wow, I'm just getting so many ideas for like different types of buildings and houses. Houses, buildings. I did write them down. I want to write that down too. A lighthouse. So, and I didn't do my shampoo yet. I didn't make it into like the essential oils into like another type of oil. I've just been like kind of putting it on a little, and it's been really nice. The only thing is it does smell kind of medicinal, and I did want to mix it with other things to help with that, but or to not be as medicinal, but um I don't do it right when I leave the house, and I'm going to see, maybe I'll just dollop it the night before so it's not as strong. But I I wrap my hair up anyway when I take a shower. And then I did that today after I put some of the essential oil in my hair, and it wasn't as strong. It did make me more like alert with other scents though. So, because it is one of those activating and a mindful type of herb to use. And typically, aside from what I'm using it for my hair, well, it's nice to have it as a hair product in general, but can also help with memory. So I have a list of houses, and I am just so excited to do more of them. And I don't know why I don't put it in like a fairy house. Like just well, this is like a fairy house. But the ones with like a flower at the top, and I'm looking at like my um miniature like fairy village type of houses. Um so that's what I am thinking. Oh, and like like a gypsy type of wagon too. So I have a Hutzel house and the mushroom house. I'm gonna do the boat house. I was thinking a tree house because I mentioned it in the last video when I was doing a when I was seeing if I was gonna do a mushroom house or a tree house, a bird house. So I'm gonna say a house a lot. Um, so I had a couple of things, well, two things for the birdhouse right now. Like do like what humans do with making a man-made type of tree or birdhouse. But I was also thinking of like uh um I had this necklace that has like it was a cocoon type of. Do I have a cocoon in here? I could do one. But it was like one of the, like a wooden type of cocoon shaped birdhouse. You could also do like one of those ones that you see like that with the eggs in it too. So that's another thing to do, a house to do, a shore house, and there are different ways that I'm looking at it. One, like a house near the off the water, and this is going to be off the water too. But like I'm also thinking about when you go to the coastlines and you see the lineup of like colorful houses. That's kind of what I was like thinking about too. Cottage. I wanted to do one with a thatched roof. Doghouse. Um, Lighthouse. I just thought of that one. I was thinking maybe I could do like a cocoon because this is going to be like a fairy type of project. I would like it to be a blanket if I could make it a blanket. I don't know how sturdy it would be, but I feel when I sew more, it'll be okay. Um, but I just think it's extremely like fun, and I am enjoying thinking about all these different types of houses. Um, I might like weave. I'm thinking about it. I did put some of the pictures up. There is one that took a while to put up because there was a nail in the wall, and you know when you have a nail in the wall and then it keeps like pushing in back into the wall, like if you put pressure on it, like if you try to hang something on it, that's what it was doing. And like the back of the frame was had like velvet on it, like that type of material, and I didn't realize it was like staining. It's like a white, it's a white wall, and so I didn't really want to take that down. I might show like maybe one of them. Um, and I don't know if I'm gonna weave in this video. I'm thinking about it because it's 23 minutes in, but I did figure out the project that I'm going to start, and this is going to be like the garment project. And I'm happy because I have some of the Ukrainian yarn here. I just finished a hat with the blue yarn, and I am extremely happy with the way that it turned out. Um, I love the shape of the hat because I don't have a hat that's shaped surprisingly. It's a regular hat shape, but a lot of my hats tend to be on the slouchier side, but that one is like the shape that I want to have, and and it just fits so nicely. I really love how it turned out, and it has the Latvian braid, and I love Latvian braids. So whenever a pattern suggests it, I go for it. I just feel like it's just I love braids. So this one is their it Dux Lessa Traders. They're 100-gram skein. So I have one of these. I really wanted to get more colors. I'm sure that she'll have more in the future because she has sales going on constantly, and the yarn is just so cheap, and you get it for like, at least for American prices, like it's so cheap because it's running for less. Well, this one's the technically the more expensive one, so I only got one of these, but this was like on sale for a little over $6. And for 100 grams in America, that's 100% wool. It's usually around like on the really cheap side would be around $8 to, but I mainly see it around like again on the cheaper side around like 13 to $15. But if you're going for like um hand-dyed yarn, it costs around like 25 to $35 the average. So that's for 100 grams. And then these are 7 ounces. So let me see. So they say it's like around, it's a little over 3.5 ounces per 100. That's what they say for the yarn measurements. This one is 7 ounces. So it's like 200 grams for this ball. The regular price is $10, but with the sale, it's $8. So that's $8 for 200 grams. And this is coming up not as warm, but it's like a light orange. I love how it's like a yellow orange. Um, when I saw this, I really wanted it, so I got it. This was one of the main ones. I have two of these, and then I have three of these, which is the amount that I need for the size that I'm going for. And the project is, I'm going to show it on my other computer, laptop. Those are the main colors. I Technically there are 4 contrast colors, but the contrast colors, the other 3 are like 50 grams each, so 150. And then the other one is for the main color, it's 400, so I definitely have it for that. The contrast color, the first contrast color, let me actually do that. Main color is 400. Contrast color 1 is 500 grams. And then contrast colors 2, 3, and 4 are 50 each, as I said. So 150. There are color suggestions for the contrast colors. So I'll read that off in a second. It's a free pattern. Luckily, when I went on Ravelry, there in like the comments, somebody was saying this is the English version that you could get, and it has a couple of different things in the packet. I do go for a lot of like the older patterns, the things that I usually like to knit up. So this is, I'm so sorry for the pronunciation. Little, no, that's not even it. Well, what I say is not even going to be either. Lillehammer, Genseren, and it's the 1994 Olympic sweater. Dalegarn. So this is what it is. Sorry. And then it says women's male, women's, what is it? Women's man's pullover. So as I was saying with the color suggestions, a lot of times with these types of patterns, they go for like a red, white, blue type of theme. Then there's like the gold, because again with the contrast, the second, third, and fourth ones, they're you don't need a lot of it. So in theory, I'm thinking there's only I see three of the colors, but I don't really see the other two for like when I'm looking at the garment. And then so well the first suggestion for oh there's a couple actually. So let me see, and that might be good for me too. But I'm definitely gonna this I don't know if it shows it that much, but this is a high enough contrast for me. Like you'll definitely see the pattern forming with these two, and I feel like it's showing now. So the color suggestions, the first one has the natural as the main color, and then the other contrast colors. So the other one that you would see a lot, the first one, contrast color one, charcoal gray, charcoal, flame red, teal green, another combination with the main color being flame red. I saw a pink one that I really liked, but I don't have uh, 400 grams of the main color to do that. I don't. And I really wanted to use these because these are just, this has been so breathable since I've started knitting on it. Um, a little different feeling than the other one here. I would say this one is slightly um, smoother, but this one I just feel like it it's nice too. So I feel like it would be really nice to knit with. I I enjoyed the other one because I was looking at the other patterns and I decided not to do the other ones and um and then one of the reasons is because I didn't want to do a project with like maybe a medium weight. I could in the future, like a different one. I don't know what I would do, the ones that I mentioned, but those are the ones that I had in my patterns. So I really wanted to do one that would fit my mood and the comfort of knitting in this type of climate. So, uh, did I do I I mentioned the flame red being the main color for the second color suggestion combination, with the contrast colors being natural, teal green, charcoal, and gold. Then there's the deep blue with the natural, dark plum, dark aqua, and reddish purple. Then the main color natural with Norwegian blue, dark blue, flame red, and gold, and the last combination main color charcoal, and then the contrast colors neutral, teal green, flame red, and golden rod. So there are large charts. The it's definitely of that area. I think it's cool because even in the chart shown, there are odes to the lore. So there is the Hugin and Munin motif. I'll show the charts. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but this is what you saw in the sweater. So that's one of the charts, and you're gonna go off of two charts because of the motifs. So this is the second chart, and then there's a chart for the sleeves too. And then there's other patterns in this packet. So as I was saying, the Hugin and Munin, which are the associations with the ravens or ravens that are thought and memory for Odin. And then there's the Freya motif with Odin and the Odin motif. Um, so with the measurements, you could easily do, well, I could do a small. I'm actually gonna go for a medium just because it'll be a nice type of cozy fit for it. Mainly looking at the chest circumference. So, and that goes for like unisex sizes too. I would get the smallest size for the unisex. But um I think I think it'll be fun to have. Or actually, now I'm doing the math. Oh no. So, I mean, because I need 500 of the contrast color. Am I gonna switch it now? Because I have more of the natural and I have 400 of this one. Because the 7 ounces. I was just doing the math. Sorry. So if I switch the colors around, I could do that too. Let me see. I did want the white as the background though. So that'll be, well, I'll have so much to work with, and I feel like I'll probably get more yardage out of it. I don't think I'll get 100 grams more, but I feel like it'll be definitely a good amount or to get me through majority of the project anyway. So, because out of all the colors, um, that's what I have the most of this because for the larger needles, it'll be the US 4s. These are the other patterns that come in here. Let me just make sure. But, so they're, sorry, I'm just confirming with myself and then And even the children's pullover is in here too, so you can get those measurements. So there are accessories that come in this one too, which I really love. I don't think I would do them all at once because this is going to be like a, a lot to knit up, but I feel like it's going to be great. So this is well, some of them, and then I'll pan down a little bit. No, I'm not computer savvy yet. I'm just showing it on my other laptop. So that's more of the other things that you could get in this packet, and I think I'm just gonna link it in the description because it's not like, well, honestly, it wasn't like difficult for me to find since it was like literally there in the comments. But I feel like maybe in theory, if you're trying to look for this pattern, it might be a challenge to see if you can find the English version. So I'll just copy and paste it, which it's weird on this computer. I don't know how to copy and paste like with the this mouse, but um I'm not to that point where I'm going to spend money to get a separate mouse for it. Maybe in the future. That was the main sweater that I wanted to do. Um, I'm thinking about other accessories that I'm not gonna go for their accessories right now, just because like again, it's gonna be a lot to knit on. Let me go through my Ravelry. I could make another hat, but I don't know. And I was going through the free patterns to see what I would want to do. I really want to get those lace cables. I have the needle tip, but haven't done that yet. I'm debating if I should get multiple of them because I would want it for other patterns too. Like this one is a free pattern that I wanted to do that also you would use that size needle that I don't have the cable for. And some of Teti's patterns are ones that you would want that cable for. And I feel like it might be a good investment for this area because I'm gravitating towards like DK and down. So another, oh my god, oh my god, and everything's up in the air again. Like now I decided on a pattern to make and I'm casting on 240 stitches for that medium. So I don't think that would be something to do on camera, but I wanted to, there's Caitlin Hunter's garments that I have been wanting to do, but I'm just, sorry, I'm thinking the weight of this one because there's the feathered one that I really wanted that came out. She came out with a DK or a light one because the original one was a heavier weight, but I don't want to. I didn't even knit the first one, so I don't want to spend money on the DK because I didn't knit on the regular one that I had. And I do love the way that the regular one looks. Okay, so this one's a DK. So I was like double checking with myself because I didn't want to mention it, and then it was not what like the thing to do. So this might be on the list of like patterns to make. I love a cropped sweater. I crop a lot of my sweaters, but I also try to make sure I don't crop all of the sweaters because there are times when well, either I crop it or I steek it or I cut it to make it into a cardigan. But now I'm like thinking I could use some of the actual sweaters. Not many, because those aren't the ones I use the most. I use the cropped and the cardigans the most. I am going to make more cardigans and then store some of the ones here because um yeah, as you keep doing what you do, you learn different things and the techniques might be more um brilliant than before, so I would like to use them and then keep those sweaters with me. But as I said, I use all of my knitted garments, even the ones like the first one that I knit, which is a Caitlin Hunter pattern, because I didn't start off with garment knitting, and then I was encouraged to garment knit by one of the guild members that owned the yarn shop in the last state that I had my apartment in. So this is the Soul. Oh my god, I'm sorry. What's the name? Soldotna crop. I this is just one of my favorites, and it is definitely a lot of people's favorites because it's just like I love it, and I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. So, and what's nice about like, oh my god, Adrian, just me just trying to send her stuff. What? Okay, so this is the cropped sweater. And what I love about color work is that I don't think I'll have time to weave, but I think I'll show my loom. I haven't shown it in a while. Um, what I love about color work garments, of course, with any garment, you can choose your colors that are different from the original, but there's so many different combinations that you could go for that it just brings out the personality of the piece. So I really wanted to use my Nutty Pine Fiberco yarn for this. I can dip into this yarn because I won't need all of it, but I think I can. I didn't really check, so I can't take my own word for it. um, some of it, maybe. Let me see what the main color, how much I need of the main color actually. So the main color is color one. Hmm, that's yards. Um, so the main color is 273 yards. Okay. Two. Do I have the label? So I love this yarn. It's like one of the main yarns that 231. Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine. 231 yards per 100 grams for this one, 4 ply. Bighorn DK, Bighorn refers to well, the other one is Teton range. But this, the one that I just pulled out. So I have, I guess these will be the main colors because that's what I pulled out. You know, am I gonna make it harder for myself and do two garments at the same time? I could. So these, oh my god, these are Oktoberfest, and I love like the personality of the yarn. I just love the rustic tones of the ones that she has. And I know she sold or she has some yarn in a shop in Japan too, which is cool. Oh my god. I also have other colors, so this one, I'm not gonna pull all the bands out, but this should be oh my god, Whiskey River, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I could be mistaken, but that's one of the colors that I had of hers before. This could be charred amber. There might be, this is like an olive tone. This is like what I usually go for when in terms of like greens. I'm kind of picky about greens. So I have these, and I did have a shell one that I actually used for the hat, my Christmas hat that I actually wear on a regular basis anyway. But I think it's fine. I'll I have other cream yarns because I go through them quickly. It's not the most fun color to get, but when I have it on hands, I'm so grateful to pass me for doing that. So I'm gonna get my, well, my loom is right there, but I'll show one of the pictures. I'll have a couple minutes to work on the loom. Do I have scissors here? I do. Of course I have scissors on my bed. I have two scissors on my bed. I'm gonna put this stuff away. But I have this picture and I don't know what that's reflecting. But this one, I'm happy that it's in a frame now and it just feels so nice to have the pictures of cats up. The one with Kiki, maybe I'll take a picture of it. That's the one I scuffed the wall up with. This one was a little easier. It's in a other type of frame. I have my loom here. This is the Cricket loom, and I really love it. It fits in my suitcase. That is one of the things that I kind of look for my equipment these days. So there's the, oh wait, there is it on this side? Yeah, it's the Cricket there. I wanted to clear this one off. Oh my god. It's been a while since I have used it, but it's at the part where you could just weave and weave and weave, and I make my scarves obnoxiously long. That's how I like it. Um, at least for the woven scarves. because, well, this scarf, well, this is an infinity scarf. I was going off of a pattern and I didn't deviate from it. I don't know if I'm going to set up another project on this loom for now after I do this one, but I really would like to finish this one because this is one of the dream weaves, the sea spirit scarf, and it has a lot of different shades of ocean blues, so the aquatic is like an aquatic green or aquatic blue. There's some the baby blues, like icy blues. There's like a fog here. Um, and the idea was like the shore, the shoreline to the ocean. And I do enjoy weaving. I feel like I've just um, moved around a lot these past couple of months that just bringing out equipment has not been like the thing that I wanted to do. I do want to get back into my spinning because what I'm spinning will be for the next project, which is going to be uh, my hand spun. And I'm super excited about that one. I also wanted to do like a gemstone rainbow one. Not like really bright gems, but like warm gems. Like a warm rainbow. So I finished this color. I'm gonna tighten it. And now I'm just gonna tuck it in. And when I stop this project, well, when I stop and go for like a little bit, I keep the color attached, so I could just see where I am in the sequence. I could see it when I'm looking at it too, but that this way it will be even more mindless. Well, it's good to think about it, but and I really feel like I am at a good point. I'm gonna keep it there. This bag, the IKEA bag, is where I keep the colors right now. And now I'm at what it's doing there. I'm at the blue, a different blue. Oh, and I have, good thing I looked. So this is where I'm putting, this is different. It's like a textured one. I have some of some other colors in here too that I just kept on. So that blue is the Isagar Soft, and it's in the color number 10. It's 56% alpaca, 44% cotton, and they're 50 grams. I have two of these, so it's nice that I have them. And then I'll have some leftover yarn for this project. This is some hand spun yarn, and one of the guild members spun this up and dyed. I just love this one. That's also in this project too. So, let me see. Just making sure. Just that one. I think I'm going to end the video here since it's at an hour. But I'm happy that I weaved a little bit and I am enjoying myself, so I feel like I'm gonna weave some more before I go to bed. It's probably gonna be a while before I go to bed. And I'm going to write some school stuff down because I do type in class and I kind of wanted to write them and like handwrite them, so I'll have the notes where I could bring it to the pharmacy station in the back of the classroom because there's different systems to work with. The ones that we have, it's meant for knowing like the general system of like an RX system. I've used some RX systems, but um, this one is a little different, and they said that it'll help when you're going into other pharmacies. So that's what I also, well, that's what I want to transfer into my binder. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was interesting, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.